Yesterday, the major news broke. The Biden administration is preparing an executive order to have major agencies go ahead and look at Bitcoin and other digital assets as a matter of national security. Now, this shouldn't come as a surprise to many people. Obviously, this industry has grown from $0 to $3 trillion in size. There's tons of implications, whether they're geopolitical, financial, or regulatory. And of course, the Biden administration, they want to know what the hell is going on and what is the impact going to be. Now, Barron's is reporting that this executive order is going to come out in the next couple of weeks, and it is going to be directed right at major agencies saying, go do your research, find out what the hell this stuff is and what that impact's going to be. It is a matter of national security. Now, of course, this is being presented in a very negative light by the mainstream media. I don't necessarily think that they understand what's happening here, though. If we go ahead and we look at Matt DeVos, what he said is, what are the national security concerns associated with Bitcoin that could be highlighted in that executive order? He said, 1, the impact to the US dollar's global reserve currency. 2, the lack of trading granularity as wealth moves around things like taxation. 3, the use in ransomware. And 4, the lack of fiduciary or legal liability for DAOs and other types of entities that are being created in this new digital financial system. Now, again, these are all the negative impacts potentially of Bitcoin or digital assets on the world. But I don't necessarily think that could be the only outcome. If we go ahead and we look at Jason Lowery and what he had to say, he said the primary national security concern of Bitcoin is mass capital flight at scale. That could be solved if the United States chooses to buy lots of Bitcoin to front run the flighted capital. How do you start to get the US to agree to buy lots of Bitcoin? You pass an executive order asking the departments to focus on what it is and what that impact could be. Now, ultimately, I agree. Bitcoin is a national security concern. Bitcoin is a decentralized, open system. Anywhere in the world, no matter what country you are, who you are, what organization you are, you can plug into this system. Similar to the internet, if anyone can use it, the United States had a choice. We could either say, no, the internet could actually help our adversaries. The internet could help criminals. Therefore, we are not going to participate on the internet. There are some countries that did that, like North Korea, and it didn't work out so well for them. Instead, what the United States said was this open system is going to be used. Both the people that we are allied with and our adversaries are all going to benefit from it. But let's make sure, leave no doubt, that the United States is the biggest beneficiary of the internet. And that's exactly what we did over the last 30 or 40 years. Now, Bitcoin provides a second opportunity at the exact same issue. Bitcoin is that open system. Anywhere in the world, you can plug into it. Anyone can use it. And both our allies and our adversaries are going to benefit from it. The United States has a choice. Will we simply opt out? Will we sit this one out and let innovation and adoption happen globally without us? Or will we choose to make sure that we are the global leader? Bitcoin is the most American technology on the planet. It protects your freedom of speech. It protects your right to financial wealth. Protects you, the individual citizen, from an overreaching authoritarian government. Bitcoin is the American ethos written into software. There's a lot of people who think that Bitcoin is a national security concern. They're presenting this in a negative light. But I agree that Bitcoin is a national security concern. The best way to secure America's future is to adopt Bitcoin, to embrace Bitcoin, and to encourage every single individual citizen to become a Bitcoiner. Ultimately, what we are watching play out here is that the innovative technology-forward countries, they're going to adopt it. The countries that have authoritarian governments that end up violating the rights of their citizens, they're going to kick out anyone who holds Bitcoin or mines Bitcoin. They're going to attack a technology that protects freedom of speech. Bitcoin is American. Bitcoin embodies every American ethos. And ultimately, the national security concern for America is if we didn't adopt Bitcoin, if we didn't embrace it. But I have faith that the politicians and also the private sector, they're going to come together. They're going to realize what the benefit of Bitcoin is. And ultimately, they're going to embrace this technology because they want to preserve the American ethos. And no other technology does that better than Bitcoin.